Thank you, Poway High School. Welcome to Flocenter. It's going to be a great show. We're going to take a look at all the majors of last weekend and some huge college action.
And we'll take a look at the Republican presidential race.
Let's dive into the Reno TOC, where Oklahoma State takes the title over defending TOC champs Wyoming Cowboys, but there's more than meets the eye here. We're going to bring in Slamocious to fill you guys in.
Thanks, Joe. I wore my Cowboy shirt because I'm talking about the Wyoming Cowboys and the Oklahoma State Cowboys. No love lost between these two coaching staffs. You got Mark Branch in one corner, Eric Guerrero in the other, and they meet in 3 finals. 184-pound final, really a key final. Not only does it hurt LeBlanc, but it's got to kill Wyoming. Wyoming was creeping up. They were almost in the top 10, and that's huge for Wyoming. For a school that was so far outside the top 25 when Mark Branch came over, to be creeping into the top 10, that is big. Mark Branch is making huge strides in Wyoming, and that's a big setback by having LeBlanc go down in the 184-pound final.
Thank you, Martin, for that piece. Joe, tell us about Reno.
More great action at 141 pounds. Let's look at the finals. It's Boris Novachkov, Cal Poly, wrestling Michael Mangrum, Oregon State. This battle was sick. It was Mangrum's match to lose, and in several overtimes, Mangrum gets the ride out, gets on bottom, hits his escape, but then he starts attacking, and it's Novachkov stepping over and getting a fall in overtime for the win.
If you look at that, all Mangrum had to do was get the escape, and really, he didn't have to wrestle, but he goes and attacks, which ended up costing him the match in the end.
Why he didn't put his track shoes on, I don't know, but I still think Michael Mangrum's your #1 guy at 141 pounds based off what we saw in Vegas and Reno. This guy's got it going on, ton of talent. He could get it done at the end of the year.
I don't know if I agree with that, Joe. Montel Marion's still in the mix. He's undefeated. How can he not be your #1 wrestler?
Montel Marion is a total beastmaster, but the truth of the matter is he hasn't wrestled anyone this year. I don't think he's 2nd, 3rd, maybe 4th, but you look at Novachkov, Mangrum, and defending national champ Kellen Russell. Those are your top 3 guys. Montel Marion's going to weigh in at 4th.
Joe, you're crazy. I don't care who he's wrestled or who he hasn't wrestled. Montel Marion has not lost. He's the man at this weight right now.
That's just like your opinion, man.
Another weight class that's shaping up to be pretty interesting. Heavyweight weight class, and a couple things that's shaking up at Reno.
That was probably the deepest weight class in Reno. And what's in the water at Oregon State? They have 2 in the finals there. Clayton Jack, the 2 seed, gets in the finals, and Chad Hankey, who's taking an Olympic red shirt, the 4 seed, he makes it to the final, taking out Golagayev of Oklahoma State and Levi Cooper of Arizona State. In the finals, Hankey defaults, and Clayton Jack becomes your winner. On the backside, Golagayev gets 3rd, and Cooper 4th.
I'll tell you, that was an awesome weight class and an awesome tournament, but right now, in my opinion, Ryan Flores is the man at heavyweight.
I gotta disagree. Ryan Flores, he's slick, he's got it going on, but after what I've seen Clayton Jack do the last few tournaments, he's got the throws, he's got the leg attacks, and he's got the size to win this weight class. And by far the most impressive performance of the tournament was Jordan Oliver at 133 pounds. He wrestled 5 people, he pinned 5 people, all in 5 minutes and 48 seconds.
All right, let's break this down real quick. He traveled a total of 3,000 miles, probably worked out for about 3 to 4 hours, cutting weight, made weight twice, and he wrestled 5 minutes and 48 seconds.
Dang.
All right, speaking of Oklahoma State, we're gonna go over to the Tri-State Tournament up in the Pacific Northwest. Flow Wrestling's first time there. It's a major, a great tournament, and we look at the 182-pound bracket. It's future Oklahoma State Cowboy Jordan Rogers from Mead High School getting it done. Jordan Oliver style pins his way through the tournament in the first period. And another impressive performance there comes at the 138-pound bracket. It's Joey Delgado from Hermiston High School in Oregon. He's your outstanding wrestler. Thanks to Pat Wickham and everybody up at the tournament. It was a super event.
While we're on the topic of future Oklahoma State Cowboy stars, let's talk about Kyle Crutchmer. He was at the Reno TOC high school division, takes 4 falls into the finals in a major decision there, dominates his opponent, plays big brother to all those guys. Tulsa Union, his school, places 2nd. Above them is Poway out of California, crushing the field. All right, so we've been riding Oklahoma State's saddle this whole show, but they're going to be heading into Carver Hawkeye, the only team in the country ranked ahead of them in January. We got a chance to catch up with Jordan Oliver to see what he thought about the duel.
Really pumped about Iowa duel just because it's the 1 and 2 in the country. And it's the 1 and 2 in the country at my weight. So it's a real anticipated duel and a real anticipated bout.
All right, we're going to take it from the West Coast to the East Coast. It was Mark Morris and Jermaine McCove getting it done at Beast of the East. Joe, what's the big story?
The story is 132 pounds, and let's take a look back at Randy Cruz's season so far. This guy might have wrestled the most tough opponents out of anyone in the country. You look back at the Iron Horse, he took down Ashnault, then Super 32. Cruz goes down to Joey Dance in the semifinals, who Ashnault beats in the finals. moving forward to Ironman. Randy Cruz takes down Mark Gray by turning him in the semifinals and wins the tournament. Now we're at the Beast of the East, where Mark Gray has won 3 titles to this point. Cruz and Gray meet in the finals, and this time Cruz can't turn him, and Gray takes the title, first person ever to win 4 Beast of the East titles. He contributes to Blair's team title. They had 5 champs there. Okay, so Flow Wrestling's been all over the country in the last few weeks, and if you look at the Northeast, it seems like they're waiting a long time to call potentially dangerous. Then we go to the West, and they're calling it awfully quick, so there's a big discrepancy there. So you guys make the call. Should the officials be calling it quicker or letting it go? And does it matter if it's a big match or not?
And what do you think about this when people put themselves in potentially dangerous spots to avoid being scored on? Another Flow Major was the Minnesota Holiday Tournament. Big thanks to Chad Erickson and Cole Strupp out there getting this one done. It was Apple Valley coming ahead, the winners, the champions. Nearly 100-point difference separated them from second place, and they got big help at 160 pounds. It was Brandon Kingsley getting big things there. He has 4 pins and a tech fall en route to victory.
G-Flow! Alright guys, thanks for watching Flocenter. Make sure and help us out. Click the like button down here. We'll be back with you in January, but stay on Flow. We got tons of good coverage. Be safe and buckle up.
And be sure to wear your tap-out mouth guard.